Hey everybody, it's me Joe, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I want to teach you how to use the word though. It's a tricky word, and it's been used in English. It can be used in English 4 or 5 different ways. I'm going to show you those ways, and and if you learn them, and use the word though, it can raise your English up so you sound like you're higher level in English. So watch the 5 important things that I have to tell you about the word though. And then at the end of the video, there's going to be some practice sentences that I want you to write in the comments. Okay? I will also give you the answers, but you can ask me questions and say if there's different ways. Okay? All right, let's begin. Here is the first important thing to know about the word though. The first way to use it is to show contrast. Okay? We use it when we put together a positive statement and a negative statement, or turn that around, a negative statement and a positive statement. Here are some examples. English is hard and boring, but I like learning with Joe though. All right? So the first part of the sentence, that statement was negative. English is hard and boring, but learning with me, watching my videos, or hanging out with me on Instagram, that's the fun part. So you can say it that way. English is hard and boring, but I like learning with Joe though. You see? Another example. Most people love pizza, but it's not healthy though. All right? So that example starts with a positive, most people love pizza, and finishes with a negative, but it's not healthy though. Okay? So those are good examples of how a negative and a positive can be put together in one sentence. However, these statements can be separated into 2 sentences. You can write it that way. Or they can even be said by different people. One person says a negative, and then the other person replies with a though part. Could be a positive or negative, depending on what the first person says. Here are some examples. Imagine 2 people having a conversation. Joe is so old and ugly. But B says, he is very funny though. All right? So the first person is negative. The second person, who I like a lot more, is positive. Or another one. The United States is such a rich country. It has a lot of social problems though. Okay? So can you see how that could be one person and another person having a conversation, and you can respond that way. It's a very normal way for native speakers to respond. Now you've come this far. That's fantastic. I want you to keep going. But here is the first secret code in this video. When you see a secret code, what I want you to do is send it to me in a direct message on Instagram at Teacher Joe Crossman. Then I'll know that you watched at least this far of the video. And if you watch the whole thing, I will know I should help you more. So here's the first secret code is Joe is not ugly. All right, let's move on. Here is the second important thing to know about the word though. The word though is sometimes used at the beginning of sentences, but only in writing. We don't use that in speaking. If you use it this way in speaking, you sound way too formal. All right, not like a native speaker. At the end, you sound good. At the beginning, you sound like a robot. Okay? So listen to these examples. Though a huge city, New York can still feel friendly. Contrast that with this one. New York is a big city, but it can still feel friendly though. All right? The second way sounds a lot more conversational. The first way is too formal. Here's another example. Though it is raining, I would still like to go for a walk. Too formal, too formal. Contrast. It is raining, but I would still like to go for a walk though. More natural, more conversational. That's the way you want to do it. All right? That was a short point. Here is the third important thing to know about the word though. You can leave out impolite words and get your meaning across in a more indirect way. You don't have to be rude, but you can say what you think with the word though, and it's more polite. For example, those cookies look delicious, but the taste though. All right? The meaning is understood by tone and facial expression instead of having to say, but they taste bad though. You don't have to be so direct. You can be indirect. But the taste though. All right? Here's another one. Donald Trump is very rich, but the lying though. Okay? So the meaning is clear here too. Without having to say, but the lying is disgusting though, you just say in a more indirect way, but the lying though, right? You don't approve of it. So that's showing a way to use the word though in a polite way. All right? Here is the second secret code. You've made it this far. Fantastic. The second secret code is Joe doesn't like Trump though. All right? Here is the fourth important thing to know. When you say thanks though, it means the same as thanks anyway. So you're thanking someone even though you're not accepting their help or their assistance or whatever they're offering. Okay? Thanks though. Thanks, it means the same as thanks anyway. Here are some examples. Imagine this conversation. Do you want another piece of pie? I'm okay. Thanks though. So I'm okay. I'm full. I'm okay. But thanks though means thank you for asking me. That was very nice of you though. Another example. Are you going to need a ride home after the party? Joe is driving me. Thanks though. Right? So thanks for your offer, but I've already got a ride arranged with Joe. And Joe is a safe driver, not like you because you drink too much. All right? All right. Here is the fifth important thing to know about the word though. And remember, after this, I'm going to ask you some questions, little exercises. Okay? So stick around. So the fifth thing. When we say as though, it means the same thing as like. Okay? As though means like. All right? Here are some examples to show you what I mean. He looked as though he was going to kill me. All right? So imagine somebody's really angry. He's like, "Grr." Right? He looked as though he was going to kill me. He looked like he was going to kill me. Or another one. She acted as though nothing had happened. She acted like nothing had happened. So imagine you saw something terrible and everybody else is, oh my God, it's terrible. And she's like, no, totally okay. She acted as though nothing had happened. All right, that's another way. And here's the third secret code. It is, I can drive you home. All right. So no, you've finished the 5 ways we can use the word though. Now I'm going to give you 5 sentences to finish. See if you can write them. All right. So the first one is, Canada is a cold country, and then use that nice environment afterwards. So you can pause the video here because I'm going to tell you the answer right after it. And the answer should be, Canada is a cold country, but it has a nice environment though. Okay? So If you can think of other ways to finish that sentence and use the word though, write them down below in the comment section and I'll check them for you. Here's number 2. Going to jail is terrible. And then meet new people. All right, can you guess this sentence? Going to jail is terrible, but you can meet new people though. Right? Since you're all locked in the same building, you kind of have to meet them. All right. Number 3. Try and figure this one out. Number 3. She stole my boyfriend. Good at singing. All right. Can you figure out that strange sentence? It should be, she stole my boyfriend, but she is good at singing though. Okay. Number 4, after I told Joe he was ugly, and then going to cry and use as though. Can you figure out how to write that sentence? You can pause. Here's the answer. After I told Joe he was ugly, he looked as though he was going to cry. Okay? And here's number 5. This is also an as though sentence. His girlfriend was slow dancing with Brad Pitt. And in the brackets, nothing was happening as though. Can you figure this one out? And here's the answer. His girlfriend was slow dancing with Brad Pitt, but he looked as though nothing was happening though. All right? So that is the whole lesson on the word though. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you understood it. If you want to keep learning English, right, here is another, okay, here is another video that you can click on and keep on studying. You'll see a different length of beard, maybe a few more hairs, I don't know. But the most important thing is that you keep learning English. That's why I'm here. All right? And by the way, this is one of my favorite shirts. See you later.